Ghost Hustle Horror presents When the Compass Shatters. It started as whispers, barely audible shifts in the fabric of right and wrong. What was once shameful became celebrated. What was once sacred became mockery. Around the globe, cruelty, exploitation, and violence weren't just tolerated, they were monetized. The rot of humanity's soul, once slow and subtle, accelerated with terrifying speed. Children were raised on screens, not values. Governance gave way to greed. Kindness became a liability. Compassion, a punchline. Philosophers warned of collapse. Preachers begged empty pews to repent. But the world laughed, blindfolded and sprinting towards something it couldn't understand. The compass didn't just crack, it shattered, and no one even noticed the pieces on the floor. Then came the vanishing. No explosions, no thunder, no rapture, just gone. Millions disappeared without a trace. Cars veered into chaos as drivers vanished mid-commute. Teachers disappeared mid-sentence. Spouses rolled over to find the bed still warm, but empty. And when parents ran screaming into nurseries, cribs were empty. Strollers abandoned. Tiny socks and onesies sat folded and untouched. The children, every last one, were simply no longer here. Not taken, not stolen, not harmed. Lifted like the final breath before a scream, spared. The reckoning wasn't for them, it was for us. The world collapsed in days. Governments crumbled under the weight of absence. Markets imploded. Cities turned to chaos. Famine exploded across crowded streets. Wars broke at every border. Plagues moved faster than prayer. And madness, it came quietly, then screamed. People turned feral for a can of soup, traded memories for clean water, lit their neighbors on fire for a gallon of gas. There were no heroes, only hunger, only hatred, only horror. Then the earth began to scream. At first, we blamed tectonics, but these tremors spoke, low and guttural, laughing. Fissures ripped through continents, wounds in the planet's skin, from Kenya to Iceland, from Chile to New York, and from the cracks, they emerged. Not the devils from paintings, no horns, no pitchforks. These were sins made flesh, winged things with vertical jaws that whispered your name before feeding. Giants of bone and smoke, dragging chains that shattered asphalt. Eyeless, pale creatures with too many limbs, dancing like ballerinas before slaughtering like storms. They didn't just kill, they knew. They called out every secret you hoped was forgotten, every shame you buried, and they came by the thousands. In terror, humanity turned back to its gods. They knelt, they wept, they sang hymns through bloodied teeth. But the heavens stayed silent. No signs, no angels, no fire from above, because the gods had already watched us walk away. We replaced sacred texts with clickbait, cathedrals with algorithms, devotion with dopamine. And in the final hour, when we begged for their light, they turned their faces from us. They had taken the innocent and left the rest to burn. The demons didn't come to conquer, they came to desecrate. Cities became blood altars, skyscrapers fell like hollow bones, rivers turned black, skies burned red. Time itself fractured, turning pain into infinity. The wind carried voices, the shadows had eyes, even sleep betrayed you. Humanity fractured. Some formed death cults. Some begged the demons for mercy. Some set themselves ablaze, hoping fire might purify the filth. But there was no redemption. Not in bunkers, not in prayer, not in death. This wasn't hell. This was what happens when the compass meant to hold hell back is destroyed. There are no heroes in this story, no prophecy, no chosen one. Only this. When the compass shattered, it didn't just leave us lost. It opened the door. And what came through wasn't looking to rule. It came to feast. The gods of the pit have returned, not as rulers, not as judges, but as devourers. This is how mankind ends. Not because we were weak, but because we thought we could spit into the fire and never get burned.